Why are you single? Insecure about my appearance. In high school, I was smart and top of class, yet I always sleep in classes, making them think that I am some kind of a genius. I attribute it to my habit of reading books including topics about science in my childhood and free time, where in my country is a rare hobby I find. I am also social yet somehow reserved. I am also known and good at playing soccer. Many girls had a crush on me. I was confused as to how they found me attractive because they were beautiful and I am in the extreme opposite side of the spectrum. I didn't know how to respond properly, and my first response was to ignore them, thinking that they are only teasing me. I have good social skills with girls, but whenever someone who has a crush on me is nearby, I try to avoid any contact and hide my face. I have low self-esteem and they deserve better than me. This went on until my graduation and me not having even one relationship with the girls who had a crush on me. In retrospect, they seemed to be sincere, but my insecurities prevented me from reciprocating their feelings, thinking that they will be disappointed in me and will be the center of gossips. I'm attracted to women who have standards. Not putting any effort on looking for someone. It's been 7 years since he walked out on Baby and Me. It took some time to dip my toes in again. Water wasn't great. In time I let myself forget why I should try harder. And it's a very different process for a single mum, but I haven't given up yet. I've been with a few women in my life, and one thing I've noticed is that the female anus is incredibly close to the vagina. In fact, they're barely an inch apart. I'm not sure about other guys, but doesn't this disturb you? It feels like a design flaw in women actually, like they're supposed to be so feminine and beautiful, yet this ghastly little oversight is ruining everything. Somehow it feels to me that women should be more aware of this flaw and it should affect their confidence. Whenever I see a so-called beautiful woman walking down the street so carefree thinking she's all that, I just remember her anus is only 1 inch away from her pussy and laugh her into oblivion. Women, please accept that they're too close together, let it negatively affect your confidence and so make yourselves more readily available sexually as a result. After all, we're having to sleep with a creature whose anus is only 1 inch away from the vagina. You should not make this difficult. It's unappetizing enough as it is. We're doing you a favor. Men, do not let women forget this flaw, and do not forgive them for it. Remind them of it constantly lest they get inflated egos and think they're all that. They're just too close together, sorry, but it's true. Because I spent the last 8 years in 2 relationships, last of which ended poorly, cheated on several times and myself reacting like an asshole, which I'm not proud of. 6 more later, I'm 32 now with a wonderful kiddo and enjoying being by myself, not owing anyone else anything. I still date casually, but have been setting expectations for single summer that there is nothing on the other side at this point. Who knows, maybe I'll find the one along the way, but at this point I'm willing to be patient and enjoying myself. Last relationship opened my eyes that I'm just not lovable, man shrugging. Lockdown mostly. Someone told my girlfriend I was cheating on her and she believed them, so she left me. I never cheated either, so it really sucks. Since she believed them over me, I lost love and respect for her for believing someone over her boyfriend of a year. Stay away from that instant infatuation with men, it blinds you. You work up to that after getting to know someone. It's a better foundation. I lack any and all self-confidence. Are you thinking I can confess to my crush? Hell no. Because I struggle to compromise, and prefer to live life fully on my terms versus feeling underlying resentment that I have had to essentially bargain with how I want to live my life. Dick too big, might kill someone. Sigh, I go to a boys only school skeptical. Why must you hurt me like that? Because no girls from Reddit have asked me out yet, hint hint. My negative limiting beliefs. I tell myself that no girl wants to be with me, that I have nothing to offer. Was single for over 5 years, went out on a date last night and it was really fun for both of us. Hopefully I'm done being single. Reddit, it's a curse. Too busy jacking off to anthro goat furries to pursue a real relationship. I'm not. Stop asking questions that don't apply to me. Every answer on Amazon reviews. Because I'm healing. A mix of factors for me. Historically, a bit of anxiety around dating/being rejected, though as I've gotten older that's eased up considerably as IDGAF has started to set in. I don't have a big social circle and find online dating/apps tedious and largely unproductive since it takes time for romantic attraction to build for me. I was working to expand my social circle but COVID hit and the activities I had taken up are still on hold. With apps I can chat with some women but I find it hard to build the desire to meet with them. But really, it's mainly because I never prioritized relationships. I've had a small number of brief romantic relationships, the longest being about 5 months, and these mainly failed due to waning enthusiasm for being in the relationship and just reaching a point where we realized we weren't properly compatible for the long haul. My last relationship was overall a positive experience, but she ended it saying she just didn't feel the romantic attachment needed to carry on. I was at the same place so it wasn't hard to move on. All that said, I'm nearly 30 and am starting to feel the urge to try again. So, maybe I won't be single for much longer. My narcissistic overbearing mother unknown father situation. Haven't had even male friends or dated in like 8 years. Been single long enough I now can't see myself ever having a serious relationship with a male. I'm 29 and maybe hope I have an odd midlife meetup with someone. Because I have way too much to focus on myself, way too many areas to grow in before being able to properly commit to someone the way they deserve. Besides my personality and my company, I'm pretty dead weight at the moment. I got married at 20, was contemplating a divorce when my wife told me she was pregnant. I had my first child, then another and just said well this is my life. I was a child of divorce and there was no way I'd do that to my offspring. I was present, engaged and available. I did my best to be a good partner in life and a good parent. The kids grew up, moved out as well-adjusted happy girls, proud dad here. It's like the hole in the marriage was just on pause for 20 years. We are just very different people. I'm educated and have really grown over the last 20 years. She's not stupid by any means but also not an intellectual I can have a really interesting conversation with. She's also a fervent Trump supporter, with no rational explanation as to why other than regurgitating Facebook meme news back to me. Logic on that was lost on her. I didn't realize how unhappy and depressed I really was until the kids moved out. A few months after my youngest moved out I told my wife I wanted a divorce. I talked to both of my kids about my feelings individually before telling my wife. I'm friendly, outgoing and all that but I'm pretty terrible with small talk. I thought finding a new person would be excruciating. I'm in good shape, active and good looking I'm told but can be painfully shy at times with new people. My outgoingness feels like a facade I have to put on. Anyway, I got on an app while separated that a female coworker suggested, browsed a bit and initiated a conversation with a few people. The dating scene especially during a pandemic is bonkers. I quickly lost interest in the people I was talking to except for one. Within a week of joining this app I went for coffee and it turned into a 3-hour walk around a park and waterfront marina. Interesting, beautiful and a wicked sense of humor. I've met my intellectual and conversational match. We've been together for almost a year now. I've never been this fulfilled and happy in a relationship before. Don't give up, someone is out there for you. r/username checks out. I'm happily married with 2 beautiful children. I was single once for a long time. I just wanted to chime in and say it really doesn't matter if you're single or married just as long as you are making progress in life. Smile, keep going and doing and you'll be fine. How could I be double? Gonna throw out a wild guess here. Scotland? It's probably a troll account anyways. You couldn't pay me to date anyone right now. I'm honestly completely exhausted by relationships. Maybe because I've only had bad experiences, maybe because I'm exhausted just watching all of my girlfriends go through the same cycle of meeting a new guy, talking to him, almost dating and then something going wrong and it ending and their whole life being rocked and uprooted by some dude. While I've been single for the past 2 years, I've gotten awesome grades in college, lost weight, taken up running, worked on my mental health and moved out of my parents' home and into a gorgeous little apartment. I've honestly never been happier than while I've been single, and at the ripe age of 22 I've decided I'm going to be the hot rich single aunt that is kind of weird but gives amazing gifts and has a pool.